This is the Galaxy S20, a good phone no doubt, but there were some problems with it. The biggest was the Exynos 990 chipset, which resulted in some heavy criticism towards Samsung. Some also didn't like the telephoto zoom lens, which is found on the back here, as the actual optical magnification is barely anything, and the heavy price was a big pill to swallow. It also didn't sell too particularly well, especially after the pretty big success of the S10 lineup and the even bigger success of the Galaxy A lineup. So Samsung decided to make a new S20 model that fixes all those problems while hopefully appealing to a broader audience. The S20 Fan Edition starts at $699 in, of course, the USA. This is because Samsung only sells 5G versions and not the 4G versions of their flagship phones in the USA. All the other starting prices of these phones are for the 4G variants. In the UK it costs £599, in Europe it costs €649, and in Australia it costs 999 Australian dollars. A lot of people complained about the price, but honestly, if you want to save money but don't mind some compromises, just get a Galaxy A phone. If you want top specifications, you will have to pay quite a bit. And also, when you compare the price of the S20 Fan Edition to phones with similar specs like the OnePlus 8 Pro, iPhone 11 Pro, Mi 10 Pro, and the Oppo Find X2, it looks like an absolute bargain, so quit your whining, people. I'm not the biggest Samsung fan by any means, but I hate it when people have way too high expectations. The S20 Fan Edition 4G has the Exynos 990 chipset. I can hear all the tech nerds screaming inside. Luckily, the S20 Fan Edition 5G has a Snapdragon 865. Why did they use a different chip for the 4G version? Well, the answer is actually quite simple. Kind of. Because the makers of Snapdragon, Qualcomm, force a 5G modem into the 865 and therefore charge quite a bit. That 5G modem is useless for a 4G phone, so to maintain a cheaper price for the 4G version compared to the 5G one, Samsung used their own Exynos 990 for the 4G version. But to maintain the fan, since after all this is a fan edition, they used the more popular Snapdragon 865 for the 5G version. The 5G modem forced in doesn't matter for a 5G phone, since, well, it's a 5G phone, it can actually use it. Sorry for the long explanation. The storage options are 128GB of storage with 6GB of RAM, 128GB of storage with 8GB of RAM, or 256GB of storage with 8GB of RAM. The storage type is UFS 3.1, which is the fastest, and the RAM type is LPDDR5, which is also the fastest. If you do somehow run out of storage, just pop in a microSD card into the shared SIM slot. The battery is a 4,500 mAh cell. The phone supports charging up to 25 watts, though you only get a 15-watt charger in the box in most regions. The phone also supports 15-watt Qi wireless charging and can also power other phones with wireless charging at 4.5 watts with a feature Samsung likes to call PowerShare, but most people just call it reverse wireless charging. Gotta be honest, I wasn't expecting Samsung to bring that feature into this phone, but it's still a cool addition. The haptic quality is honestly pretty great, and I do recommend keeping it on as typing feels a bit more like typing with an actual keyboard instead of just pressing keys on a slab of glass. The sound quality is also fantastic too. It comes from the top as well as the bottom. The fingerprint scanner is an optical one instead of the ultrasonic one on the other S20s, but it's actually better, it's far more accurate and quick. The screen is a perfectly sized 6.5-inch panel with a 1080p resolution and a 120Hz refresh rate, meaning the phone responds twice as fast as regular 60Hz panels. It's a Super AMOLED panel too, so colors look more lively than standard LCD panels. The phone also has always-on functionality, meaning that you can have a look at the time and the notifications without being distracted by apps or wasting battery life. The screen is protected by Gorilla Glass 3 and the back is made of plastic, while the frame is made out of a nice aluminum. I actually prefer a plastic back since plastic is stronger, but for all you glass fans out there, it does kind of feel like glass and it's got this nice matte texture. The phone is IP68 waterproof, which is cool. Get it? Because water is cool. No? Nobody? Anyways, the phone can go up to 1.5 meters deep for 30 minutes long. Please note that chlorine in pools or salt in beaches can still deteriorate elements of the phone. The color options are Cloud Mint, Cloud Navy, Cloud White, Cloud Red, or Cloud Orange. Not all colors are available in every region, but it's still impressive and nice to have such a wide variety of colors. There's NFC to use for contactless payments, which is becoming more important due to an event whose name I cannot say on YouTube. There's no headphone jack, which is a tad confusing, especially when you consider that earphones aren't included in the box in most markets. Though to be fair, you do get wireless headphones as a bonus if you pre-order in some regions, and USB-C headphones aren't too crazy expensive nowadays anyways. Cameras are often a big selling point in phones these days, but the S20 Fan Edition certainly has a right to do so. There's a 12-megapixel wide lens with image stabilization and an f1.8 aperture. This sensor is pretty big, and the night photos are actually quite good. Video caps off at 4K resolution, unlike the other S20 models which can record video in 8K, but the video quality is still quite good. The ultra-wide lens has a wide 123 degrees capturing range and an f2.2 aperture, and the photos taken from it also look quite good. The third camera is an 8-megapixel 3x zoom lens for taking zoomed photos at a good level of quality. It certainly handles that task well, and it has image stabilization just like the main wide lens. The aperture for this lens is f2.0. The front camera is a 32-megapixel little guy capable of capturing 4K video. The front camera has an f2.0 aperture. This phone is honestly fantastic. If you can afford it and want to upgrade, definitely choose this phone as there are barely any compromises and the price is pretty low. OnePlus does have their 8T coming though, so stay tuned for my review of that phone. Hey, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, tap the like button too, because I really did try my best to help out. Check out the other videos on screen if they sound interesting. Join my Discord server if you want some updates or just tech fun, and bye.